Hey guys, today is May the 3rd of 2014 and I want to go over the euro dollar and give you my thoughts and my opinions using price and time technical analysis and esoteric and mathematical ways of calculating the markets. Please pause the video and read the video disclaimer. Okay, so let's start with our commitment of traders report. The last one came out on the 29th, Tuesday. And on the commitment of trader index, it looks like the commercial are selling and the large speculators are buying on the index, which is a combination of options and futures together. And retail are selling it. This is interesting. Retail looks like they're sloping down, selling it. Large speculators are buying it. And commercial are selling the euro as of the 29th. And on the net positions, it shows kind of flat. Let's see, the 29th, 25, 25. So yeah, they're pretty much flat. Commercials 2175. It looks like commercial are buying it a little more, but kind of sideways on the net positions, but the index is showing the cross already, and in the sentiment it's down. So it's interesting, every time the sentiment is down, the euro goes up, unless there's a divergence and they're both in line, correlated, and then it drops. You see how it drops here and the euro goes up from that fourth. And that kind of does a thing here. So it dropped here and now it's kind of pointing up, but we'll see once the data crosses over. So I figure I'd show you the commitment of trader on what's going on. I've been working on my dates for May, and I'm kind of adding new things. I'm trying to pack in as much information so we could kind of get an idea of what's going on for May, and I'll help your analysis, and it'll definitely help my analysis also. So I added two categories, Square and Astro. I've been getting a lot of recommendations into more on the Astro side. I guess I have more listeners that are open-minded. Some people don't believe in, astronomics, they call it, getting, influences from the planetary, heavens and vibrations and law of vibrations and stuff like that. It's like too out there for some folks, but there seems like there's a lot of folks out there that are open-minded to this, and if it works and you can make some money, make some pips, they don't mind it. But some people are open, some people are closed-minded to this kind of stuff. So I'm going to include this in my analysis so you guys can all see it. So pretty much it's broken down to Gann emblem, geometry, ergonometry. This is more the mathematical side of it, and then this is more kind of the astro world, or the metaphysics, or whatever you want to call it, this last category. So let's see how it all pans out. The yellow are the dates that are coming up, the 4th and the 5th. As you can see, we'll take it one day at a time, but the 4th, we got two hits. I had to use the February 3rd and April 4th because that's our swing low from the all-time high of this year. Not all-time high, but what we're currently working with right now. And the February 3rd low, and now the April 4th low. So we got two hits on the 4th. Last month, ergonometry worked really well. So the ones highlighted in blue are the dates I'm more focused on compared to these dates. And these dates have a 2-day window open. Most of these might have a 2-day window open too. But this one definitely needs to have a 2-day window. So if you want to probably look at it and be a little more open-minded, it could probably be a 2-day windows here, 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 because I've seen it, sometimes it doesn't make a low on the 7th, but it does it on the 8th and then shoots up. So, just because you're a day off, does it say that it's, not valid? I think you're close. Maybe you're 4 or 5 days off. Maybe then that gets a red mark, a dud, or it was just off, or whatever happened, it didn't work out. But if you're a day off and then the 8th it shoots up, or I have here the 18th and then the 19th, it just skyrockets and it does a pivot low and it continues trending higher, then I think those days are pretty good. So these are the dates I have. This is a Gann emblem. This is the geometry, ergonometry. This is square. As you can see, we have here May 4th. So I might as well highlight them there. And then May 5th, right here, that'll be the next day. So there's a lot going on May 4th, which is the Sunday night. You got 1, 2, 3, so it should be interesting. So I wanted to show you that, and then we'll work our way down. Next thing, let's look at the charts. Seasonal dates. Some of the season, I think 2 of the seasonal dates. We only had 2 last month. Worked out really well. We got the 21st to 22nd, and the 29th gets 2 hits. So this is kind of towards the end of the month. We'll worry about this, but I figure I'll show you that. So let's look at the charts. So we did a swing high on 411, went back down on 44, and did a high here on May 1st. And report came out of unemployment and Friday and sold off, and then bulls came and popped it right back up, and this is where we're at now. This is the 100 simple moving average. As you can see, it failed it here, but kind of holding it here, and this is where we're at right now. These are stops from this pivot high, so ATR short stops, ATR long stops. So if you were following this, I kind of have it just to see where stops are at, what other people like using. I can kind of see where things are at. So they both got out. If you were short, you got out. This is percentage, so this is further up. It gives you more room for action, volatility, and doesn't take you out. Same thing here. You got the percentage and the SARs, parabolic SAR stop, trailing stop. So that's where we at. We look at the price retracements. You can see that it's been dancing. It pierced the 37.84 and got right back in the range. Friday's action brought it down all the way to the 25%, and now back to the 38.74-ish level, which is a 75%. Need to take out that 39.04 to see if it's going to go higher. Mine just going to be, I got a lot of information I want to share with you, so if you got the time, you're going to find this really fascinating for this month for what's going on with the euro. So if you got the time, continue watching. If not, just pause it, come back later at another time and watch it, to the full. So I'm going to try to be fast and brief because it's a lot of information I got, and I want to try to get it in, at least under 15, definitely less than 20 minutes. So that's where we have. We got price retracement. We're in this range right here. If we do another price retracement from the bigger swing, you got the 25% level, which is at 38.93. So this is going to be the range you're going to be in all the way to the 75, which is at 37.45. The bigger one, nothing really there. 25%. You're above that. So we're good on that right there. Let's hide this. Andrew's pitchfork. Within this channel right here, you almost feel like you're almost about to like crack and drop, but you got to take this low and this low to even consider the change as trend. The trend has changed. I'm sorry, but we're back right in this channel again, having more hopes. Bulls are still having hopes that we're gonna go higher. We're gonna kiss that 39, 36.99, or hit the 4,000. So we'll see. That's where we're at. There's another Andrews that I've been adding here to the downside. So if this is the beginning of the channel to the downside, we can't take that. We can't take this high out. If we take this high out, then this Andrews pitchfork is void. But this is just forecasting. If we're going to start trending down, we're going to be within this channel going down. So just keep that in mind. And this is just Andrew's pitchfork analysis. And this is from the bigger swing, from here to here to here. So you got two big channels all the way down here to here. And this is just forecasting. If Sunday comes and we start selling lower and we bounce and we start dancing around these channels and crack, then the possibility the trend has changed. But right now it's speculation, but I just wanted to show you that on the Andrews Pitchfork. Now I think that's it. If you're long using this ABC pattern from here, we're going to go higher. Your target is 4,007. It's going to shoot all the way up here if you're long, if you think we're going higher. If it gets up there next week or within 2 weeks, you should lock in profits. Lock in profits. If we're going long from another ABC structure, this bigger one, your target is 4162. Still remains 4162. You get up there within 2 weeks or this month of May, lock in profits or take half off the table. Now if you're short and you're a bear, this is your target, 3610. Maybe this pivot low right here, 3672, 3610. Take some off the table, and maybe it might even go all the way down here to this pivot low, 3476. I think that's it for this chart in regards to the geometry of stuff. I don't have anything else to show you that I can remember that it's of importance. Okay, so next thing we're going to move on to some dates I had from my last video, which was the Bradley Geo. We had a date here that it could possibly top at the 27th of April, and you can see that price has been continuing dancing and pushing a little higher while this is sloping down. So we got to see right now, the 2nd, which is Friday, if this is going to push lower and follow this model or continue higher. I think the next date we have here, I think, is the 7th, which it flattens out and then pushes higher. So it should be interesting. I'm going to save this because I want to see how this is going to pan out. But it didn't really work out here, the turn, unless it's going to snap back down. So it should probably be following this next week if the Bradley model is gonna work. If we're gonna use this model, which is customized to the euro, then there's possibly a possible turn coming up for the euro on the 4th or 5th. So this is the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. Yeah, 4th or 5th. There's possibly a pivot high here, and then this model indicates, and this is a Bradley model, but customized to the euro. It could trend down. So let's see if these two forecasts come to pass. I'm going to be keeping an eye on it. So this week coming up should be interesting. And also looking at possible resistance, just looking at the supply and demand. These are all pretty much resistance level. You got it from 38 all the way to 38.92. You got this range from 39.09 all the way to 39.24. 39.38 all the way to 39.47, and then it pops, and then you got a gap, and then you got resistance at 39.66, which is the high of the 13th, all the way to 39.73. Possible resistance 39.83 all the way to 39.92. 39.97 all the way to 4,006, which kind of lines up with my ABC from the other chart. And then this high part which is 40.52 all the way to 40.60. Now these coming across are possible retracement dates. So this technique shows it's from the 3rd all the way to the 4th could bring a possible retracement or turn. Since if it's going up, it's probably going to turn down. If it was going down, it'll probably turn up. So right now it looks like it could possibly bring a turn to the downside. And the next date I have here is the 9th all the way to the 10th. The 10th is a Saturday, so probably anywhere Friday of next week could possibly bring a turn, depending where it's at once it hits this. And then the next one you want to keep an eye on will be the 20th. From the 20th all the way to the 24th. So it'll be interesting because I got a lot of dates here that are gonna, let's see how this all lines up. And like I said, I don't know if I remember the yellow ones. The blue ones are the ones I'm keeping an eye on. They're kind of more, they're more interesting to me for reasons that I know. They're kind of more important on my analysis. So let's go into here. Let's see what we got. You guys know my grid. My 1 by 1 is the most important line on the euro. So it's above this one. This is where we're chopping around. So it's still strong. See how the bulls came and took this up. Might want to check this pivot high at the 39.04 and maybe find resistance here at the 39.33. We go to our next chart. You can see that this is the value area high of 39.06 right there. This is a weekly. Still bullish. About to break out of the MOBO band and go higher. And the point of control on the weekly is at 36.89 level, right there, all the way to that 37.03. We need to take this out if this is gonna turn bearish. We look at the daily. You're still above the cloud, so still bullish. Value area high is at 38.93, and the point of control is at 38.04. So there's a lot of support here, and the battle zone is right here. The bulls are not going to let it go below here. If not, they're going to start buying from right here, and it hasn't even cracked the cloud yet on the daily, so it's still strong. The cloud is looking thinner here in the future, so it's going to be interesting. But there's a lot of you kissed right the medium line of that 38.80 linear regression channel, and you got that pivot high here, and the value area high. So a possible target to the upside would be that 39.05 and maybe 39.48 all the way to the high. But we'll see, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the heavens, a lot of mathematical things happening, and we just got to see how it's going to pan out. And what's my last chart I want to show you? Oh, I wanted to show you this chart. This one you're going to get a kick out of. And I got a couple of minutes, so I'm going to make this real fast. This is a weekly chart, and all these lines are for the last 20 years of the euro. So 20 years of euro on the month of May right here tells me that 14 Mays have been to the downside. And when I mean downside, it either the first, second week has just been trending lower, and it probably, finds a bottom somewhere or probably continues. But my focus and concern is like the first and second week of the month of May, how price has behaved for the last 20 years back. And 14 out of these 6 have been to the downside the first, second week of May. So you got 1, you got 2, 3. I could continue, but I'm just showing you what I see, and this is on the weekly. And the daily is a little more crazy, but on the weekly you can see the pictures. You see the red one, that orange was 2001, that red one was 2000, and then there's been 6 months where the first and second week has kind of trended higher compared to the other 14s. So I just wanted to show you that. I think I find that interesting. So if you believe in cycles and stuff like that. And last, the big picture. As you can see, we're strong. Had a squeeze play, pushing higher, kind of building up signal, maybe to turn, but not really. It's just pushing high. This is just showing some resistance here, and this indicator remembers that this is a trouble level where it's having a tough time. And these are 12 hours, so you can see that it's chopping around here. Everything looks bullish on the daily, pretty strong. This one's a little negative, but other than that, very bullish. On the weekly, you're about to, you're above all the moving averages, above MOBO band, which is good. Here, you're just kind of chopping around a little bit on the 12.5% level. On the weekly, you're pushing higher. Everything is pretty much positive. Purple Fisher on the weekly, very good, very strong. And on the monthly, you're above the 50%, which is at 38.48. So that's good too. Showing that you're having some tough time here for the month of May already. You had a tough time here in March, no tough time in April, but May already, and still strong. No weakness on the monthly. So hope this video helps. I'll keep you posted. But you got all the dates. You got what the cycles are showing, and this helps your analysis, make some pips.